welcome back to another video. My name's Destiny. I do book things here. If you heard that, that was the cat jumping down a little bit. It's not with me. She's currently taking a nap in our bedroom, but I am here to do a book haul for you guys. So I've been waiting to do this book haul because I was waiting for one more book to come in the mail. It finally came. I'm still missing one that I have bought this month, and that is A House of Sky and Breath, A House of Breath and Sky, one of the two, by Sarah J. Maas. It's supposed to be released later on in February, and I didn't want to wait for it to get here to do this, to film this haul, so I'm just going to insert it here. That one should be in my hands in like a week, but because the release date is Tuesday from the day I'm filming this, so but here is all the books I've bought for the first part of the year. Some of these I'll mention where I got them all, but I honestly decided to treat myself, and so I have a pretty big haul over here, and I'm excited to show you. So my first book I'm going to share with you is my book of the month pick for February, and that is The Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. This is a thriller about, I want to say a couple. It was in my most anticipated for the year. It was pitched when I read it. It was a couple who takes, it's a couple who takes another one to this island, and they kind of get stuck. This says there's 6 people on the island, and they are stuck. They're more cut off from society than they thought, and now they're kind of stuck there figuring things out. I'm excited for it. It should be a really good one. I have not read too much into the synopsis because I didn't want to ruin anything. I like to go in my thrillers pretty blind, so I have this one. I'm excited to get to it. My next one I actually bought at Walmart the last time I was there, and I literally bought it because I had saw it on, I think, Book Talk, and it is a Hades and Persephone retelling, and I'm really into those right now, and it's Neon Gods by Kate Robert. It looks really good. It is a Hades and Persephone's retelling. In this retelling, Persephone is supposed to marry Zeus, and she runs off and strikes a bargain with Hades instead, and Hades, to piss off his brother, does it. That's all I really know. I'm kind of excited to go into it. I think this is steamy. I will let you know. I'm hoping there's some steam to this. I picked it up looking for steam, but I did pick it up in my local Walmart, and I live in Texas, in the country, and you don't really usually can pick up smut in Walmart, so I'm excited to see what I think of this. The next ones I got at our local Can Help. I went to drop off some clothes that I honestly just didn't wear anymore. And they had a sale going on that day that every book was a penny. So I got all these books for 5 cents. So I thought that was a really good deal, and went looking and found a couple that I'm actually really excited about. So the first one I actually picked up was John Green's Paper Towns. I know everyone seems to love his books. I loved Abundance of Catherine's, Fault in Our Stars. I read both of those, loved them. There was one he wrote that I didn't really, Turtles All the Way Down. I didn't really care for it. It wasn't my cup of tea. But I love the other two, so I'm excited to give him another try and see what I think of this one. I also got, it's at the very bottom of the stack one. I also ended up with Looking for Alaska by him as well, from that same sale. So they had both of these for a penny. I figured why not give them a try for a penny, and if I didn't like them, I could always donate them. Next I got As Dead as It Gets by Katie Allender. This one is the third in Bad Girls Don't Die. I know Bad Girls Don't Die. I have it on my shelves. It's a possession story, and this is a continuation of that. So I didn't read too much into the synopsis. I'm sorry if you heard Keenan. He's in the house, and he doesn't like anyone but me. I'll have to put him back outside in a minute. But this one's a continuation, so I haven't read too much into the synopsis, but I did recognize that it was part of that series when I was there, and I was like, let me go ahead and pick it up. I'm not going to find it anywhere as cheap, and if I don't like the series, I can always, again, donate them. But I think this is middle grade possession, I think. If so, I have a little sister who's about at middle grade. She could read this. And then next to last I got from that sale was So You Want to Talk About Race by, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. I don't want to butcher it. But I had seen everyone reading this like last year, maybe year before, and talking about it. It was on a couple book clubs that I was aware of. And so when I saw it for a penny, I was like, I want to read it. I really do. And honestly, it talks about race and white supremacy. And yeah, I'm excited to read this one. It's one of the few nonfictions I have on my shelf, so I'm excited for that. And then lastly, from that sale, I got Clocked by Alex Finn. I recognized the cover because she did write Beastly, which was the Beauty and the Beast retelling. And so I picked this one up. It is another fairy tale retelling. And that's all I really know. Again, I picked it up because I recognized the author and I recognized like the font that it was the same author as Beastly. I've never read Beastly, but I've heard everybody talk about it, so I picked this one up thinking I may like it. And again, it was a penny. And then my last stack is from Thrift Books. I placed an order because I had 2 free books that were going to go bad the 1st of February, so I figured why not. The first one I got from them was Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. If you've been here a while, you know I read Death of Mrs. Westway by Ruth Ware and absolutely loved it. I actually read it last year in February when that big freeze happened, and I did not see that ending coming. It was one of my favorite thrillers I've ever read. So I thought, why not go ahead and pick up this one and give it a try. I've heard everybody say it's really, really good as well. It's supposed to be a turn the screw, I think. It's a retelling of some sort. But again, I've never read the source material of this one either, so I'm excited to get into this. I did start this, and I know it has something to do with the house. I know that supposedly a kid dies, and like you're trying to figure out how they died. I'm super excited to get into this. And then next, I got the first in the Noah Shaw series. So this is The Becoming of Noah Shaw by Michelle Hawkins. If you have been here, I have already read the whole Mara Dyer trilogy. I have finished it, absolutely loved it. And then I looked up the synopsis for this and what this covers, and this goes back to how this all began, and how they kind of came to be. So I'm excited to get into this. I really am. I had been saying for a while that I didn't know if I was going to go into this. I wanted to finish the Mara Dyer trilogy before I said, yes, I'm reading this, or no, I'm not. I'm definitely picking this up. I am more than excited to dive in and figure out what I think. Next, I got the final book in the Alchemist's Daughter, I think is what this is called. It's A Strange Case of Alchemist's Daughter. If you've never heard of this is by Theodora Goss, excuse me. I always want to say Glass, it's Goss. This follows Mary Jekyll, whose father has disappeared. They think he's dead, and her mother passes. And the very first you find out her mother has died. She's at her mother's funeral, and she goes to meet with her mother's accountant. And her mother's accountant says, so your mom's been paying for a Hyde to live in this home, and you're almost broke. You can save money if you just go figure out who this Hyde is. Well, Mary knows that Hyde, Dr. Jekyll, or Dr. Hyde, they've been looking for him, Mr. Hyde. He is wanted for murder, and there is a reward for his capture. So if she gives the information to the police and they capture him, she makes money off of it. So she thinks, she goes and says, I'm gonna turn this Hyde in, make some money, be able to survive, and kind of goes from there. I will tell you, because you find out in the first 50 pages, that it's not Hyde. It's not Mr. Hyde she finds. She finds her sister, Diana, and finds out her father is Dr. Jekyll Hyde. And he's been experimenting on himself. And it goes from there. This is actually told really uniquely, and I'm going to show you the very first page because it shouldn't spoil anything. But as you can see in the very first, like, it has the girls butting in. They do that throughout the whole book. So if you don't think it's going to be for you, I wouldn't pick these up. But on Audible, I started reading this audibly. I listened to like the first half of it, and the library had to have it back. I fell in love. The girls bicker in this like sisters in the middle of the story, and it does spoil for you, like, reveals, and you like learn the girls' names before their part comes up in the story, before who they are introduced in the actual story itself. But it's basically they're writing the books themselves. They are trying to make the money off of their story, so they are actually writing it and bickering what they should tell you, what they shouldn't tell you, and all that. Oh, guys, it's so good. I loved every minute of this, and I can't wait to go into the third one. I will say the second one kind of dragged for me. I'm going to do a series review when I get done with this one. The second one dragged for me really, really bad for the end, but I think that's my own slump/depression more than the book itself. But I'm excited to go into this one and see how she concludes the series. And if she writes anything else like this, I'll be more than happy to read it. Or if you have any suggestions that are like this, like sisters that bicker, or, you know, sisterly love feelings, those vibes, I would love to read it because I have 3 sisters. Like, this was made for me. Next that I got is actually the last 2 in the Invisible Life trilogy. So the first one is Just As I Am by Elan Harris. I have already started this. You'll have to watch my weekly vlog to figure out why I've already started this, but I have already started this. And if you don't know what this is, The Invisible Life is about Raymond, who one night as a senior in college figures out that he may be gay. And the book kind of takes it from there and follows his struggle of being a bisexual man and coming to terms with his sexuality and coming to terms with who he is and how does this change him and all that. It is such a good novel. This is the second one in that series. I can't wait to get into it. Obviously, it's a continuation of Raymond's story and where he is now. And then the last one I got from Thrift Books is the third one in that series. Abide With Me, excuse me. I don't know much about this because, again, Wanna Go in Blonde is the third one in the series. I also have Love of My Own on my shelf by him, but Love of My Own has Raymond in it, and I really didn't want to spoil this trilogy for myself, so I picked up Just As I Am instead of that one so that I could finish this trilogy out and then go into the standalones. I will let you know if it spoils anything, if you can read the standalones without finishing the full trilogy, because I could not find anything online. I will write a whole blog post because, again, I really couldn't. I searched for I spent an off day just searching on the internet, trying to find out if I could read Love of My Own before I finished the trilogy, and I couldn't find anything. So to keep it safe, I went ahead and I'm going to read them in publication order, just so I don't spoil anything for myself. But Love of My Own is a standalone, and I think all the rest of his novels are technically a standalone, so you can read them in any order. But again, rather be safe than sorry. I will let y'all know whether that's true or not, and you know what order you need to read them in. I highly suggest, if you are a queer, to read these because they are so good. I am only I think 2 pages into this already, and I'm 3 pages into it. The only reason I stopped was because the mail had came and I wanted to film this video. But I have already got notes, notes all in it. Honestly, just you can see the pencil. I already have notes all in it, and it's one of my favorites, and I am so excited to be jumping back into this. So if you want to hear all of my thoughts, there will be a weekly vlog, obviously, of this. And yeah, that's all the books that I bought in February. If you see my library, it's pretty full. Your girl's gonna have to buy a bookshelf next. Like, I am saving up, and I'm just gonna go buy a bookshelf instead of books pretty soon, because we full. We real full. But yeah, I will catch y'all in my next one. If you like the kind of videos, please subscribe. I would love to have you here. I ramble all the time. There's usually a cute little 6-month-old with me. Again, she's asleep. Otherwise, she would definitely be in this video trying to take my bookmark. But yeah, I will see y'all in my next one.